You're listening to the Superpower Podcast, Superpower Kids Edition, where author, philanthropist, and Superpower Kids founder Neva Lee Recla inspires kids to discover their superpowers and change the world.
Hi everyone, this is your Superpower Kid, Neva Lee Recla. And today it's going to be an amazing interview. But before I introduce you to this guest, I would introduce you to Chirpy. She wanted to say hi, and she actually told me that this is going to be amazing, fun, and exciting interview. So she just wanted to say hi. So I think she's hungry now, so she's going to go and eat. So now let's jump right into the interview and introduce our amazing guest, Michael Neeley. Today we'll be talking with him about heart-centered child entrepreneurs. We met at New Media Summit last year, and we met again at this year. And we're both icons of influence. He's a former professional actor, and he acted with Mel Gibson and Kevin Costner. He's a personal development coach, and he's the host of Consciously Speaking podcast. So without further ado, will you help me welcome our amazing guest, Michael Neeley. Hi, Michael.
Greetings, fair Neva. How art thou today?
I don't know how to speak like that, but I'm good. So I see you're already in costume.
I am.
It's awesome. I have my butterfly ears on because I knew that you were going to be dressed up. So I decided I need to dress up too.
I love it. You look like a fair butterfly maiden.
Thank you. My spirit animal is a butterfly.
Lovely.
So, what are your superpowers?
My superpowers are that I can change my character at will.
Ooh.
And you see how that can be powerful in day to day when at some point in our lives we might need to be a certain way. And then other times we might need to be a little bit different depending on who it is that we're talking to or what type of a crowd we're in front of. So it's important to be flexible.
Exactly. That's a good superpower to have.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was your favorite thing about acting?
My favorite thing about acting was that I didn't have to limit myself. In other words, if someone grows up to say, oh, well, I'm going to be a police officer, well, that's their career. They're a police officer forever. But as an actor, I could grow up to be anything. And
you
so
could be a freaking dragon if you wanted.
Exactly. And I got to play a medieval knight like I'm dressed as right now. And I got to be a gladiator and a cowboy and all types of stuff. And so that's what's great about being an actor.
Yeah, I want to know what I say? I say this a lot to my parents. I say, I'm going to join a movie just so I can beat people up.
You mean fake beat them up, I hope, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Because I see movies and I see them doing these amazing stunts, and it looks like, wow, they're risking their lives. But then in real life, they have everything to protect themselves. So I thought that was really cool because I can do backflips and look like I'm backflipping off a speeding train without actually backflipping off a speeding train.
Right, which would probably get you killed.
Exactly.
How old are you, Neva? Now you're 8?
8. Yep, I turned 8 last year at that New Media Summit, remember?
Yeah, that's right. So you're getting close to being 9. I remember it was when I was 10 years old. That was when I decided to be an actor because I was going to play in our 4th grade class, and I got to play the pauper in The Prince and the Pauper.
Nice.
Then I got bit by the bug, and I'm like, I'm going to grow up and be an actor.
I like that. Yeah. I think it's really cool because if you set your heart to something, you can do it.
Absolutely.
Like me, I'm setting my heart to getting a pig. So
a pig?
Yep.
Like a Vietnamese potbelly pig, like the little ones?
No, a teacup pig.
What's a teacup pig?
They can basically fit inside a teacup. Or I've been looking on sites, and they sell like itty bitty baby pigs.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know of one that small. That's pretty small in a teacup.
Like maybe that.
Oh, so it's more like a Disneyland teacup that you ride in. That's a big teacup.
Funny story. I felt so bad, and I was looking on sites, and there I was scrolling. There was pictures of pigs and stuff, and then I showed Mom, and she's like, "Honey, I think that's for eating pigs." I'm like, because it said grain free, and then I read a little bit more, and it said, "We are looking forward to helping you with your pork needs." And my mom started cracking up. And I'm like, "We're looking forward to helping you with your pork needs." Oh, okay, this isn't the site for me.
No, don't want to grow a pig to eat it.
No. So another question about acting.
Yes.
Did you do any stunts, like anything dangerous?
I did. As a matter of fact, you see in my hand here, I have a sword. This is a very real medieval sword. I used to joust and sword fight for a living. And
Whoa.
I actually took a hit with a sword right to the top of my head, cut my head wide open and blood pouring down my face. And I had
That sounds painful.
It was. And I had to get 24 stitches.
Ow.
Yeah.
Yeah. The worst I've been hurt is fell on my face.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like bump your nose.
Walking a blind dog. It went one way, I went another. I tripped down a brick and I fell on my face.
Oof.
Yeah, and I was the one that wanted to walk the blind dog. So, where did you get the idea to become a conscious leader? And because that's pretty woo-woo and that's right up my lane, so I was curious.
It is. So for me, what was weird was growing up as an actor. Like I said, ever since fourth grade, that's what I wanted to be. I really had to study people. And I had to study how do we be different people in the world. Like I had to play somebody else. So as a matter of fact, to describe the rest of it, how about I bring on one of my other guests to join you today?
Yes.
Are you game for that?
I'm game for that.
Okay.
I'm going to change my costume.
All right. I'll be right back.
To get my wings. It's not cooperating with me. I have to reach you.
Well, howdy there, young lady. Give me 1 second here while I get on these highfalutin things you stick in your ears. I thought originally they were to get the earwax out, but I found out they're like little speakers in your head. It's kind of cool. I'm sorry. So my buddy there, Sir Lancelot, just said I needed to jump up here and talk to you about a few things. And he mentioned that one of those you wanted to know was like, how did that happen, was going from being an actor into this woo-woo stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, you grew some wings.
I did. And I have a friend.
Oh,
This is Tawatha.
Who is it?
Tawatha.
Chihuahua?
Yep.
That's a cute little bear.
Yep. She's 7 years old.
Wow. Almost as old as you.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, I'm quite a bit older than that, but I can tell you that in the process of learning all these different types of people in the world, I had to learn what's a cowboy like, what makes a cowboy tick, what makes an astronaut tick the way he does. So studying all these ways about humans being, I started to learn a lot about myself and about the world and people and psychology. And I started coaching other people on how to really get past their own. Are we allowed to say BS on here?
Yes.
BS. Yeah. How to get past their own BS. I guess I shouldn't have asked because I said it right when I asked, didn't I?
Exactly.
So that's how I kind of got into this coaching stuff.
Yep. Exactly. I agree. It's important to know who you are in the world, or else it's going to be miserable.
Well, that's right. Now, I'm curious because you said woo-woo's right up your alley. Tell me about your woo-woo side.
Well, I talk a lot about superpowers. I have quite a few spirit guides, like Ganesha. I have Apak. I have these beings called love. They're at first I have visions. That's one of my superpowers. Is I get visions of people.
Mm-hmm.
I had a vision of them, and they look scary, but they're actually really nice. So I call upon them. And then I have these other guys, and they're called the white people. And I actually knew them when I was really little. My mom, this was when my dad was in Afghanistan. My mom was, she wanted me to go put up my shoe. So she said, honey, go put up your shoe. And I said, Mom, I don't want to put up my shoe. And she said, go put up your shoe. I said, Mom, I'm not going to go put up my shoe. And then she saw me go, oh yeah, okay, Mommy, I'm sorry. I'll go pick up my shoe now. And she's like, who were you talking to? I'm like, oh, the white people. So I actually saw them in my room at our old house, and there was these 4 people. One looked like a scientist with a giant afro, and others they all were in scientist outfits. Mm-hmm. Someone looked like an explorer, and they were talking. I didn't know what they were saying. They were either sitting crisscross, floating, they were standing, and they were talking. They were blah, 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 blah. And I sit up and I look, and they all start staring at me. And I was so freaked out. I went under my covers. And then, so I talked to them a lot. So, yeah, and then I talked to my grandpa. Mm-hmm. So he's still with me like that. So, yeah, I have this fairy house. It's right there. Nice. So, as you can tell, I'm also very big in fairies.
I see that. Well, I got to say, I'm a little bit jealous because the only visions I ever had was like around Christmas time when I have visions of sugar plums dancing in my head. That's about it.
If you really, truly, to me, if you're really, truly set on going down a woo-woo path, mm-hmm. you're gonna experience some things.
Awesome.
And that helps me because, like, if there's a storm or something, or I feel like there's sometimes where I hear something and it's wind or something, but it sounds like someone's in the house. The dog has been sleeping in my parents' room. Mm-hmm. Because we have a bird and she might want to eat her. So normally if I'm up reading or something, I get the dog, I hold her because she'll bark if anyone's in the house, and I get a flashlight. And I walk throughout the house. I shine the light, and I don't want to wake up Mom and Dad, but I look, and I'm prepared to put the dog down and beat someone up.
Well, you go, girl. And you've got all your friends there to support you too, don't you?
Exactly.
Cheering you on, the white people and whatever other people are there with you.
Yep.
Awesome. Fairy power.
Yeah. So, if you could tell people anything about being woo-woo or being an actor, what would it be?
Well, those are 2 very different things. So I suppose you could even be a woo-woo actor.
You could.
Which I've known a few. And I think the biggest thing to tell people maybe about acting as a superpower is that it's one of those kind of things that you only want to use for good. Okay?
Exactly.
And what I mean by that is, as a good actor, you can convince people of anything, but that doesn't mean that you go off lying. No,
exactly.
You got to still tell the truth unless it's on stage and you're supposed to be pretending to be something different. But in real life, when you're not acting, be real, be who you are. That is the most important thing.
Like in actor, like if you're an actor or actress, you could be a totally nice person in real life, but you could be a jerk if in the movie.
That's right.
And you wanna play that role, and you wanna do it well, but you don't want to forget who you actually are.
Exactly.
Yep. And that's coming from someone who's never acted.
There you go. And I got someone else who will demonstrate exactly what I'm talking about if you want to just give me one little second here.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna change now. I need these.
Hello.
Hi,
My name's Cletus. What's your name?
I'm Neva. Neva
Neva.
the monkey.
Neva the monkey. Well, by golly, it's sure a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I heard so much about you, and I thought, I got to get on there and meet that Neva girl. And one of the things that my friend, that person you just talking to, he calls himself a cowboy. His name's Whip. Anyway, Whip said that you were wondering about like acting when you don't want to be who you not really are. And sometimes in acting, you might play someone bad, or you might play someone totally stupid. You know what I mean? But it don't mean you're totally stupid. It just means you're playing. Ain't that right?
Exactly.
Like you're not really a monkey.
I'm not really a monkey.
You sure?
Well, I mean, I might be.
You might be a monkey.
That's for you to figure out.
You sure look like a monkey. I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I have a monkey personality.
You do. Can you make monkey sounds?
Ooh, ooh, ah, ah.
Well, that's pretty good.
Close enough?
That's good. I like to do gorilla sounds like.
It's pretty good.
That's good. Not bad for a gorilla. So, Neva, you also had another part of that question, which was, I think, the woo-woo part. So, like I covered the acting part, but now the woo-woo part. What I would say to anybody who wants to get in real touch with their woo-woo, it's kind of the same thing. You just got to be who you are.
Exactly.
You got to go inside in order to discover everything that's outside. That makes sense?
Yep.
I guess I ain't as dumb as I look. Or maybe I am. I don't know.
Well, I agree. That was some really good advice. If, like I was saying earlier, if you're a jerk in the movie, you could be a completely nice person in real life, but you never want to lose that.
That's right. That's right. And you know, as a matter of fact, I was talking to someone the other day, and I said one of the things that I liked most about acting was to play the bad guy. I like playing the bad guy. You know why?
Why?
Because when you're the good guy, you almost always got to be the good guy. You got to be good. You got to be nice, because the good guys don't usually do bad stuff, at least not in the movies. But when you're playing the bad guy, sometimes the bad guy can act like he's nice, or he can act charming. So you get to play a little more. It's just as fun to be the bad guy.
You could be a nice person, but you might be like a secret spy who pretends to be the quote unquote good guy, but you're actually the quote unquote bad guy.
That's right. That happens a lot in the movies, doesn't it?
It does.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie.
Wait. I know. Planet of the Apes. No, sorry. I was talking to your monkey self.
Well, my favorite movie is probably Twilight.
Ooh, I like Twilight too.
I like the vampires and the werewolves. And funny fact about me, my favorite scene is when they rip each other's heads off. I don't know why, but it's funny and fake.
That's unusual for a little monkey like you to like someone getting their head ripped off. You should stick to Curious George. That's what you should be watching.
Well, I'm not a normal monkey.
That's right. You're not a normal monkey. You got a higher IQ, which is good.
Yep.
So I like Twilight too, which is really funny. Did you read the books? I read all the books too.
No, I'm not reading the books, but I'm actually reading Harry Potter. And I really like Harry Potter. So I love the movies, and I even have Dobby. He's not here with me right now, but I have him. So
I tried to read Harry Potter, but some of those words was too big for me.
Really?
Yeah, my vocabulary is limited.
My mom reads them with me at night.
Oh, that's real nice.
Yeah. So I think we actually have to take a quick break.
Okay.
But we'll be right back, so we'll sit quietly. So we've been talking with Michael Neeley and a bunch of his friends about heart-centered child entrepreneurs. So we'll be right back.
Are you here to change the world? Do you talk about things like vibration, frequency, awakening, and consciousness? Are you pretty sure you have superpowers? The Superpower Net is unlike normal coaching programs and conscious communities. We provide training, intuitive guidance, peer-to-peer learning, intensive one-on-one coaching, and a high vibrational network of people just like you. When you join the net, you get 24/7 access to a collaborative group of people who support you as you master your personal power and unlock your superpowers. If you're ready to use your superpowers to change the world, then join the Superpower Net today. Visit superpowerexperts.com/thenet to learn more.
Okay, we're back, and we've been talking with Michael Neeley and his friends about heart-centered child entrepreneurs. And I agree what you were talking about, and it's really important to have a goofy aspect, like when you're like in a movie. Like in a movie, you don't want the good guy to always win. Maybe like you want it to be like it's planning to win, but then you want a plot twist.
Yep, that makes it much more interesting, doesn't it?
Exactly. Or else it's going to be boring and your popcorn won't be worth it.
I know. And the popcorn's part of the best thing about a movie.
Exactly.
So you got to make those plot twists.
Yep. Exactly. Because without plot twists, there's no movie. If there's no movie, means no business. And no business means no fun.
And no fun means no popcorn. Plain and
Exactly.
simple.
And if you can't have popcorn, what's life about?
Exactly. That's what I was just saying to my brother the other day. His name's Bubba. He may come on and talk to you here in a little bit. We're kind of like twins, but I'm the more handsomer one.
Nice. Well, I'll be looking forward to see if Bubba wants to come on the show.
Okay. Shall we get him now? I don't know. It's your show. You just tell me when you say, Bubba, I want Bubba on the show, then I'll go get him.
I'd love to meet Bubba.
Okay. I'm going to go get him. You just hang right in there.
All right.
All right. I'll be right back. I got to pull these earwax out of there. Oh, that's nasty. Oh, yeah, that's real nasty. Don't wear those in your ears all day long. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
My name's Bubba.
Nice to meet you, Bubba.
You too. I hear you just talking to my twin brother.
I was.
Well, I hope he didn't say no lies about me.
He said he was handsomer than you.
We know that ain't true. I mean, come on, look at this face. You could just kiss this face up. I'm the most handsome guy in my whole family.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Nice. Well, Bubba, what were you like as a child?
Well, I was what they call precocious. I don't quite know what that means. Maybe you do. Do you know what precocious means? I think it means it's like that phase before you become fully cocious. So it's precocious. But that's about all I know about it. I used to have fun playing with my brothers and sisters. I am number 5 in a family of 6, which is as high as I can count, which is a good thing my mom stopped there because I couldn't count no more. How about you?
Well, I have 2 half-siblings from my dad's previous marriage,
Uh-huh.
and their names are Caden and Danica. My brother Caden is 21, and my sister Danica is 17.
21 and 17. What are you, like 62? No? How old are you?
I'm 8.
8? Woo! You're getting up there.
Yep.
You about to retire?
No,
No?
I still go to school.
Oh.
8
Oh.
years old is like
Oh.
basically like, you know how you're a baby and you're a
Uh-huh.
week old, and
Yeah.
and then you're a month, and then after that month you can be a year, and I'm 8 years old, and
Oh.
like 17 and 21 are a lot older than 8.
I see. I do not do too well with my numbers sometimes. I was
That's
thinking
okay.
maybe 80, but you're just 8.
Yeah. Can you
Yeah.
count by tens?
Can I count what?
By tens.
By tens. What does that even mean?
It means you add 10. So you start at 10.
Uh-huh.
10 plus 10 is 20. 20 plus 10 is 30. 30 plus 10 is 40. But it's basically like what's 5 plus 1 is 6, right? So
Right.
make that 50 plus 10 is 60.
Oh, that's a really helpful one. So you're like 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. No, wait, you're not 80, though. We've already figured that part out. You're not 80. You're just 8.
8.
Okay, which is 6 is as high as I can count. How many more than 6 is it?
2.
2. All right, so you're 6 plus 2.
Yeah.
Excellent. And so what did you want to do as a child? Well, wait a minute. I guess you're still a child. So what do you like to do?
Well, what I like to do is I like to play Minecraft.
Ooh, that sounds
I like
like
to go
fun.
swimming.
Mhm.
I like to take care of my little bird Chirpy. I like to take care of my little dog Callie.
Yeah.
And I like to cuddle with stuffed animals.
Ooh, that's another pretty one.
I like to watch YouTube. I play with stuffed animals, Barbies, different dolls. What else do I like to do?
I don't know if it came with the hat, but it's like when you put that hat on, it came with an accent, didn't it?
It did.
I know. I could hear it. I was like, that girl, she's talking like my friends.
See, like this?
Uh-huh.
And then I talk like this.
How does that work? That's like a superpower.
It's an accent, and then it's a normal voice.
Whoa. That's an amazing superpower you got there.
It's pretty cool.
That
So I
is.
was wondering if you'd put Michael on the camera for a little bit.
If I'd put who on?
Michael on the camera.
Michael. I think we can get him. You want to talk to just plain old Michael?
Yep.
All right, let's go get him. I'll be right back.
Awesome. Michael has a lot of friends. So. Hi.
Oh, hey, Neva. How are you?
Good. How are you? You have a lot of friends.
I do. We've had a house full. They've been visiting. It's like trying to cram them all into one room because we've only got one guest room. So it's been pretty crazy, as you can imagine.
Goodness.
Yeah. I hope they weren't, causing you any trouble or anything on your show, because sometimes they can be a bit rambunctious.
A few of them are hard to understand.
Right. Yeah.
That's okay.
I deal with that all the time.
So I noticed that you could do a bunch of different voices with that too. Is that ever hard? Like changing, like you could have one voice and then you could have a completely different voice?
You know what I did as an actor was I studied with a linguist. And so if I would ever have to do an accent for a particular role, I would practice with her. Like this, yep. I'd have to do something like that. And she would work with me on helping. But here's the real thing. This is the interesting part that a lot of people don't know. I was born and raised in Missouri. So I came with an accent. I mean, I grew up with it. And when I started acting and was living in New York City, all of the casting directors would say, like, yeah, you're a great actor. Can you do anything about the accent? We need to kind of tone down the accent. So I actually worked really hard to try to get rid of it. There's still little bits of it left, but it's a lot better than it was when I was younger.
Yeah. Fun fact about me, I actually was born on a farm. Well, I was raised on a farm.
E-I-E-I-O. That's awesome.
I actually will do this magic trick more often where I'll have my cowboy hat and I'll talk with an accent. When I put it on, like it changes my entire voice, and then I take it off and I have my regular voice.
And you do that really well. So did you get that accent when you were growing up on the farm?
No, but I'm practicing ventriloquism. So I don't have him right here with me, but I talk like this. And so if I want more puppets, I need to work on different voices. So like
That's
these.
Really good.
Thank you. It helps me so I can work on, if I have a puppet that's from the countryside, it will help me with that voice. And I have a really high-pitched voice, so I can talk like this. And I have a really deep voice.
I like it. Do you know who Jeff Dunham is?
Yes.
Jeff. He's one of my favorites. He's a really good ventriloquist, isn't he?
Have you heard of Darcy Lynn Farmer?
No, I'm not familiar with her.
She's a kid ventriloquist. She's done a few things with Jeff Dunham. She won America's Got Talent.
Yeah, I think maybe I saw her in one of his specials or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, if you notice, whenever she talks and she's holding I like to call them Muppets so they don't get offended. But she's holding them, and she actually moves her hand, so it looks like they're actually their own person. So I thought that was really cool. So yeah,
I can tell you from that little bit you showed me, you've got another superpower there. That ventriloquism you're doing is pretty darn good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to do, especially with ready. This is me trying to say M, and then P's are hard because you go P, so T. So can you track in ventriloquism?
I don't think I can. I could try, but I think I'd just make a fool out of myself here. So let's see.
If you smile.
Oh, what are you doing later today? I hope that I can get a chance to talk to you. My
That's really good.
Much, weren't they?
Yeah. It all comes from your tongue, because the tongue helps you speak.
Yeah.
So, and then if you notice when I'm speaking, my throat moves.
I know. That's pretty cool.
Yep. So, yeah, I'm looking at my questions. So what were you like as a kid?
I was, I think I was a pretty quiet little kid. And, well, I mean, I was like I said, I was number 5 out of 6 children. And so I had 3 older brothers and an older sister. And then I had a younger sister. And so I was like, I learned from watching them get in trouble for stuff. And so I'm like, I don't want to do that. Don't want to get in trouble. So
just sit quietly.
Yeah, I was a pretty good kid.
I'm like that. Like if a friend of mine, like I'm a goof. If you haven't noticed, I'm a big goof. And my friends, if they're like, I have my way of being goofy, but my friends, they'll like, one of my friends used to headbutt into couches. So he's still my really good friend today, but anytime they're acting crazy or weird, in my mind is a good thing, but if it's almost uncomfortable for me, I just go, yeah, you do you. Okay, bye. That's what I do, like, in different situations, like when we were doing dance parties. You notice how I was totally just dancing and moving around, right? But if it's like an awkward situation and friends being weird, I'm kind of tired, I'm just like, so, bye.
Well, you, speaking of dance parties, I mean, I don't know if your listeners know that you are like one heck of a dancer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me say something. I've gotten really flexible, so that helps.
Well, I could see. How did you get so flexible? Do you do yoga and stuff?
How do I put this? I watch YouTube a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a contortionist called Sophie Dossi. And she also won America's Got Talent. And honestly, I saw her after I decided I want to start doing that. So basically, I move a lot. So if I need to, I'll stretch and stuff. So I guess that helped. But I used to do CrossFit, and I used to be a dancer, and and a gymnast. So thanks.
Well, you've had lots of careers already for someone who's only 8, haven't you?
Yeah. So so when you were a kid, what did you like to play with? What did you like to do?
I like to play make-believe a lot. And I played alone a lot for some reason, as I'm recalling. Like I used to go, we had a swimming pool in this apartment complex that we lived in when I was growing up. And I used to go to the pool by myself, and I would play in the water, and I would always make it like James Bond stuff. So so I might be hanging from the diving board and going like, I'm tied to the diving board and they're going to release sharks into the water soon. And I got to find a way to get out of here so the sharks don't get me. So I would play a lot of make believe with myself and things.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
We have spinning lions. Not actual lions, but they're attached to our pool. And we have this one thing that water comes out, and we also have like little cups. Like they go down and then they kind of curve, and then they have a hole in the middle. And I'll start all the way from the very shallow side, like from where our steps are and stuff. I'll start there, and I'll make it where I have to get across the pool without falling, or else I have to start over.
Wow.
And I'll make it where I actually skip one. And we have a hot tub too that's rise. And so if water's coming out, it's really hard to hold on. But I do that. And I have a dolphin and a turtle. So I play with those a lot. And I like to go underwater and open my eyes. And I swim all the way across the pool underwater.
Nice.
So my mom, she was a professional swimmer. So I do a lot of laps in the pool and stuff with her.
Now, I got to ask, though, that first part you were describing, like running through those cup things and stuff, that sounded a little bit dangerous. Like it slipped and fell?
Well, they're not, very high.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, it could hurt. I mean, because I'll be, if I'm skipping something, I sometimes hold on, and I push off with my feet, but I'm still holding on, and I spring myself, but that can sometimes hurt. So
I bet.
Yeah.
Sounds like you might also have the little stunt actress in the making there too, since you said you like to do those stunt things.
Yeah. I also want a diving board because I like doing front flips into the pool.
Nice.
So yeah. So I like doing that. And then I have a happy place, which is the swing. Anywhere that has a swing, I will swing there for hours.
Really? You like swinging?
Yeah.
Do you like trying to go up really high?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
I used to have this dream that, if I got really good, I could make myself go all the way around. Of course, that could never happen, but that'd be cool, huh?
I used to be scared. I was scared of that.
Yeah.
That's how it happened. And I can be pretty scared sometimes. I can be pretty skittish. Even if my mom says something and she's behind me and I don't know it, I'll go, I'll jump. So there's times where I have to ask someone, I'm my parents or something, I'll have to, how swings always crick?
Right. Yeah.
I'm always is this going to fall? Is this going to collapse on me? And they're like, no. I'm it can hold 200 pounds, right? And they're like, yes.
Yeah. I think you're not even close to 200 pounds.
Yeah, I'm not.
Not even.
Yeah. So, have you ever played a villain?
I have.
Was it fun?
Yeah, one of my favorite villains to play was I don't know if you know the Robin Hood story, but in Robin Hood, one of his arch nemesis.
Oh yeah, Robin Hood.
Yeah, so he had really two main enemies. They were the Sheriff of Nottingham And the sheriff of Nottingham was really kind of working for at the behest of Sir Guy de Gisborne.
Was that you?
And and at the New York Renaissance Fair, I played Sir Guy de Gisborne for 6 years,
Wow.
which is really fun. And it's like, and what was fun about it is we used to ride, because I rode horses, and so I would ride through on my horse, and I would always say, make way, wild stallion passing through on horseback, which was pretty fun.
Awesome. So I was wondering if one of the characters that you have with you is evil.
One of the characters that I have to visit today? You mean? No, I don't have any evil characters. I know someone, but he'd have to come at a later date. I know an evil scientist.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is he mean?
He's pretty mean. He's a little crazy, mostly. He's just crazy.
Yeah. I think I'd prefer to meet him over video just so I'm in a safe distance.
Yeah.
Because no one can do any weird experiments to me when I'm quite a few miles away.
Exactly. That's a safer way.
Yeah. Especially if it's the evil scientist. They could be in a bad mood and they might want to make you disappear. So
Yeah.
I'd prefer just being in a distance.
Exactly. Where it's safer.
Exactly. So I'm really into magic, and like I said before, I'm into Harry Potter. So actually, fun fact, hold on. I'm hoping not to die. Okay. Wait.
Oh, that's
Her name is Squiggles. She's a pygmy puff from Harry Potter.
That's neat.
Yeah.
I like the Pigglypuffs. I would get stuff for my son, and I would have the wands. So I got him.
Oh, yeah. We had a working wand.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. It was so fun. Because you get to do magic, and it's like, how in the world is this happening?
Yeah. If Harry Potter were more real, or like if we could really do some of that stuff, I think I would probably like to play Quidditch. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to play Quidditch only because you're up really high and you could die any minute.
I know.
And so I'd want to be in the Harry Potter world, but I want to just be safe.
But that makes sense.
I guess in Harry Potter you're never safe. So I would want to be one of Harry Potter's friends, like Luna Lovegood.
There you go. She was the one who was a little bit. She was woo woo, wasn't she? Even
she was
for
wacky.
Even for the wizarding world, she was woo woo.
And she was like, she reads magazines upside down. Like, I was discussing that with my mom. I'm like, so maybe it's the cover that's upside down. The words are actually okay. Maybe she's wearing glasses that flip the words so she doesn't know if they're upside down. And I'm trying to figure out the logic, but there's no logic to it.
Well, and here's the thing, though, is that maybe that's part of her superpower, because you could teach yourself to read upside down if you wanted to.
True. Like, I could probably do that, like, flip upside down, and because if I understand the words, I could say, okay, that's it. Like, if it looks like a W, it's an M. Like, okay, mom, it wouldn't, like, if it was mom, it wouldn't be wom, wah, it would be mom.
Yeah. And I think, too, what you could do is you train your eyes to, like, even though they're not physically doing it in their head, but they're kind of like juxtaposing everything in their head, and they're just kind of shifting it around. There's this cool bicycle. You like YouTube, so you should check this out. There was this guy who did this thing. You know how on a bicycle, do you ride a bicycle? So on a bicycle, if you want to turn to the right, you do this. He built a bicycle that if you want to turn to the right, you do this.
You turn left?
You turn left, because when you turn left, it makes the wheel go the other way. So he changed the little cog in the wheel stem so that when you go this way, the wheel goes the other way. Now, what he did is then he gave a bunch of these. You've got to watch the video. It's so funny. He put these bicycles out, and he went out in the public with them. He said, here, try to ride this bike. And people inevitably would get on it, and boom, they'd fall over. Because our brain's trained to do it a certain way. However...
So if you want to turn left, you turn right?
Exactly.
That's
after a little training,
cool.
Yeah, you retrain your mind, and then you can learn to do it that way. But it takes a little bit because we've all learned it the other way. So you should check that video out.
I'm still learning to ride a bike, and I have trouble because I'm blaming the bike. I'm like, the bike's turning right. And my parents are like, no, you're turning the handlebar right. So like, that'd be nice. So if I know, like if I had that bike and I knew that would happen, if I turned right, I would go left. And so that would actually help train better.
Well, and I think because you're just learning, you would probably pick it up faster than someone who's already learned the other way, because it's kind of like almost like you have to unlearn the way you know to shift something else. It's
exactly. Yeah. So I have a quick question. So, Bubba, how did you do his like beard?
Oh, so you knew I used to be an actor. So I actually still have a whole makeup kit. And there's this thing that is called a stipple brush, which if you want, I can go grab it and show you. You want to see?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay. It's a weird noise.
All right. So this is my makeup kit. And it's got all kinds of stuff in it. And this is called a stipple brush.
Okay.
Well, you can see that. I'll get in a little
I can see it. It looks kind of spongy.
Yeah, it's kind of spongy. And what you do is you take a dark color makeup like this, and you dip the stipple brush in there, and then you just put it on. And because it's spongy, the little edges pick up the makeup, and so it just adds little spots of makeup.
So it looks like he had trouble shaving.
Yeah, so it's like little whiskers, and so that's called a stipple brush.
How did you learn how to talk with those teeth?
Well, sometimes it's hard because they're really big, and it makes.
I have trouble understanding. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah.
It's pretty hard. Well, it's almost like being a ventriloquist because your lips can't come all the way together to make a P. So because the teeth are too big. And so you got to practice your ventriloquism with big old teeth in your mouth.
Yeah. That would be hard. I think that'd be harder than ventriloquism because it would take up most of your mouth.
Right.
Is it painful?
No, they're not painful at all.
Oh my god.
It's fun.
Yeah. I'm not that quote unquote regular girl that likes to play dress up, but I'm like you. I'm like you. I like to make believe like let's say this. I have my cowboy hat.
Yeah.
And I have this. And I put on the cowboy hat. And this to me looks like a bee farm. You know?
There you go, right.
Like you close it.
Yeah.
And then
you went from a cowboy to a beekeeper.
Exactly. See?
Very cool.
Can you see my face?
Now you kind of look like a lamp from this side.
Imagine. But yeah, I like something I'll do is I'll take my animals, Tuatha, and this is Rosie, and I have James, who's in one of my onesies from Baby, and I'll pretend that they're actual kids, like instead of making them bears because that's kind of hard to do, make them kids. Right. You know, so
which is really good because bears don't speak our same language, so you make them kids.
They don't eat the same things as us.
That's true. What do bears eat? Salmon.
Salmon. Oh, I eat salmon.
Well, okay, so bears eat some of the stuff we eat. Of course, they eat it raw, but I guess if we eat sushi.
True, I do eat sushi. Yeah, but they eat it a little more raw than us.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're talking about this.
Why not?
Why not? Exactly. So if you could be any alien, what would it be?
Oh, if I could be any alien?
Like one, like describe it. Like if it had 3 eyes, 4 eyes, 5 eyes, no eyes, 2 mouths.
Okay. This might be cheating a little bit, but if anybody watches like the Marvel comic series and stuff, Thor is actually an alien.
Thor's an alien?
Yes, he's from Asgard. Right?
Oh.
That makes him an alien. So
have you seen the new movie?
No, I haven't yet. Have you?
Teen Groot's so awesome. I love Groot, and
I like
know what I
Groot, too.
tell? Know what I tell my mom?
What?
So she says she likes Thor, and she said she likes The Rock, and she said she wants to interview them. And I say, if you interview them, tell them to come to our house. Tell them to meet us at Starbucks because I don't want them to know where we live. So I can tell them don't mess with my mom.
You can tell them what? Don't mess with your mom?
So I can tell them don't mess with my mom.
That's right. You've got real superpowers.
Yeah. If I could be any alien, I'd be a blue alien.
A blue one? Okay, so do you know any blue aliens that I might know? Like you could, or are you just making up a blue alien?
Let me think. Oh, have you seen that one woman? She's a superhero where she goes from like a regular person to like a blue alien with orange hair. Her.
She's from the X-Men, right?
X-Men, yeah.
Yeah,
I like her.
yeah. I like her too. That's pretty cool. And
Cool.
That's a mutant though, so that's not quite count almost, but I get what you're saying because that's what I was thinking too. And then there is a blue alien. Oh wait, in the Guardians of the Galaxy, wasn't the big guy? Wasn't he blue?
The blue guy with like the red tattoos and like yeah, he's really funny. I like him.
Yeah, he was funny.
If you could be any DC or what's it called or
Marvel
character, what would it be? I'd be Gamora.
Gamora.
I
Wow.
like Gamora.
Nice. Well, when I was growing up, I was torn. I was torn between being Batman or being Spider-Man.
I think Spider-Man would win, honestly.
Yeah, I think so too. That's the one I started
'Cause, like,
leaning more towards. I know. It's got some pretty cool stuff.
I like Batman. He's cool, but he looks kind of evil to me.
Yeah, he does kind of look a little more like, that's why they call him the Dark Knight.
Like, he honestly looks really goth.
Well, it's a good thing he works in the city of Gotham. Gotham City.
I was watching a YouTube video, and it was nailed it versus failed it. And this guy was trying to be Batman, and he had a black cat, and he put the cat over his face. Like, the cat, you know how a cat knows?
Yeah.
He did that, and the cat's arms were over his face, and it looked like, and he was holding it, and it looked like an actual mask.
Did they call, so was that a nailed it or failed it?
It was a nailed it.
It was a nailed it. Nice.
So, I want to do, what's it called? Wait, I have to. Super Neva questions.
Oh, I love it. Super Neva question.
You have to answer questions as fast as you can without
As fast as I can. All right, let me get.
You can't stumble though.
I'm ready.
Okay. What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Blue. What's your favorite animal?
Horse.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
X-ray
You can have
vision.
more than one.
I can have more than one? Ooh, X-ray vision, and I could be invisible.
Nice. If you could only say one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Thanks.
Nice.
Oh.
If you could be any inanimate object, what would it be?
The world. Well, that's kind of an animate object.
It kind of is. It's like
yeah.
It's still alive. I mean, trees are alive.
Right. Okay, so an inanimate object, what would I be? I would be the Empire State Building.
Nice. If you could be any animal, what would it be and why?
Any animal? I would be a wolf because because they get to howl at the moon and they get to run out at night and yeah.
You'd also be a dog.
That's my animal, the totem, my totem.
You would also be a dog because wolves are part dog.
That's true. They're part of the dog family. Yep, that's my spirit animal.
Nice. If you could do anything in the world, like anything, if you were invincible and like jump off the highest mountain without a parachute, what would it be?
If I could do anything in the world, what would it be? Oh my!
Without
goodness.
dying.
With what?
Without dying or
Without
getting
dying. Okay, so it's something that I can do, like an act that I can do, that I knew that I could do it and I wouldn't die. What would I do?
Well, like if you're invincible, so you wouldn't die or get hurt.
Right. Invincible. See, because probably part of me just would say, well, I would want to save the planet, but that's more than one act. That would take a lot of stuff. But if I couldn't
It'd
die,
be like,
yeah, that's what I'd want to do.
I'd probably, I might want to go skydiving.
I've been skydiving.
It's fun.
5 times. It is the most fun ever.
I went ziplining in Costa Rica.
Mm-hmm.
It was so amazing because you were going through trees and stuff, and
That's cool.
there was times where I actually got stuck once. I got stuck, and luckily I was close to my dad. He was waiting for me, and I was close to the guy too. And I had to lean all the way back, and Dad's like, "Okay, pull yourself in." So I used my fingers because you're wearing gloves, and the fingers were. I bent all the way back, and then I couldn't do it anymore, and then it hurt really bad, and the guy had to grab my hand and pull me in.
And that's probably because you're so light, right? Because I know sometimes on a zip line, the weight is what helps to carry you, and if you're really light, it stops, and it's like, didn't quite get all the way.
I'm glad I was at least near my dad, because if I wasn't near that platform, I would probably start screaming. I would probably be like, I'd try to be calm, but I'd be like, somebody help me, I'm stuck in the middle. Because it'd be scary, because I was like going fast, like I'm not as scared. I wouldn't be thinking about if the zip line's gonna snap or something.
Right.
But if you're in the middle, looking all the straight down, you're like,
no, and you're stopped.
What do I do but scream?
Right. Wow.
So,
Frightening.
yeah, and there was like 25 of us.
That's a big group.
Because it was our friend Ray's birthday party.
Nice.
So we had 3 kids. So me and 2 of my friends. We were the only kids out of that group.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for you.
And there was a pool, and we all had our little huts. I had a roommate, and my mom and my dad had their own room.
Mm-hmm.
So it was nice. So everyone had their own little casita.
Very cool. You know what I want to do sometime? And I don't know if it exists yet, but if it doesn't, it should. I want to do a zip line that takes you way out and then drops you into a pool of water of some sort. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, I would want it to be water like a deep pool.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Because I don't want to be in the middle of a river or a lake, because I know those have crocodiles and alligators. And I wouldn't want to be in the middle of the ocean, because I know those have sharks, and if the shark saw me, it would kill me.
Right.
So I prefer a really deep pool.
A deep pool would be good, because no sharks, no alligators. But you want to know a really interesting statistic? This might surprise you. You have a better chance of getting killed by a coconut falling on your head than you
heard that.
Getting eaten by a shark.
Yep, I heard that. It was actually at Odyssey Aquarium that I heard that. And they said,
cool?
And we were looking at a bunch of different animals and sharks and stuff, and they said, did you know that there's actually 65%, probably 100% better chance that you're going to die by a coconut falling on your head than a shark attacking you?
Yep.
Because sharks don't really want to attack you.
No, they don't. We're not part of their normal diet.
Exactly. And my mom's like giving me a weird look.
Sharks look at us like, broccoli. I'm not eating that.
I like broccoli, so that's
okay. I know some of us do. So maybe there are some sharks who look at us like, oh, yummy.
Okay. So I'm laughing at my mom's look right now. She's like, so I think we have to do funny face time.
Cool.
So we have to make our funniest face in 3. Wait, that's 2. 3, 2, 1. That's pretty funny.
Was that funny? I couldn't even see what I was doing because of my eyes.
Can you do a scary face?
Can I do a scary face? Let me see.
It's mine.
Oh, that's pretty wild. Yeah.
I like it. It's fun.
Now your teeth look like Bubba.
They do look like Bubba. Okay. So, would you like to join me in the sign off?
I would.
Remember, kids, we all have superpowers and we can change the world. Awesome. Thank you so much. And tell everyone hi for me.
I certainly will. Thank you for having me on the show, Neva. It was so much fun.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello, everyone. This is Neva Lee Recla, your superpower kid. And I just got done interviewing Michael Neeley. And it was so fun. It was about an hour long. And we talked, and it was really fun. And what I learned from that is adults can be goofy too. And he's a former actor, so he did a bunch of different characters like Bubba, and it was really awesome. So I definitely suggest checking that out. So have fun. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Superpower Up podcast, Superpower Kids Edition. Go now to superpowerkids.com and discover your superpowers today.